Hello and welcome to BBC London and a special programme on an issue that you have told us is important to you: leaseholds and the spiralling costs of service charges here in the capital. We'll hear from people struggling with soaring bills.
We've only just bought this place a year ago and we can't afford to live here suddenly. It felt unfair.
I get really upset about it and sometimes I can't get out of bed.
In fact, our investigation, led by housing reporter Tara Welsh, found one London firm overcharged leaseholders by more than £1 million over 5 years. Also, over the next half hour, our correspondent Carl Mercer will look at the scale of the problem and what the government is doing. Plus, we'll have advice for anyone living with leaseholds. Thanks for joining us this Friday evening. A very warm welcome to you. We know that London has the highest number of leasehold homes in the country, which basically means people rent or own the property, but not the land or the building, so pay service charges for upkeep and repairs. But a BBC London investigation has found one firm in the capital has overcharged leaseholders by more than £1 million over 5 years through their service charges. More than a dozen homeowners have been telling us they've been left in despair because of what they call rip-off charges that left them owing thousands of pounds a year. Despite several damning verdicts from judges, leaseholders say the company continues to overcharge. Tara Welsh has this special report.
I don't feel it's my home anymore. It might just as well be theirs.
Come home from work, see a letter from them in the hallway, your heart stops.
Bins overflowing. This has been like this for over a week.
You're trapped. You don't know what to do.
I didn't sleep. You know, I've been seeking help for my mental health for the last year.
We feel that the demands are excessive for the property.
These are just some of the people who say their lives have been made a misery by a London property firm. Leaseholds owns the freeholds to around 400 sites across the country. It means they own the buildings and the land beneath the sites, but their leaseholders pay for maintenance and repairs through a service charge. In this converted house, they've risen 320% since 2019.
Me and Charlotte, my partner, both panicked because we literally didn't have the money. So my heart was racing and, just didn't know what to do.
In 2019, the freehold to the property, which houses 2 flats, was bought at auction by Leaseholds, a family-run business that owns managing agent Eagerstates. They immediately doubled the service charge.
Thought we can't live here anymore. We've only just bought this place a year ago and we can't afford to live here suddenly. It felt unfair. This is mine and Charlotte's flat, the entrance. This is Sue's flat here, and this is the communal area that I think we paid £500 to be cleaned. As you can see, it hasn't actually been cleaned either. And if you want to come and have a look at this box, was installed recently, fireproof box. There you go, the door doesn't even shut. That was £500, and somebody came to test this light switch here. I think that was another couple of £100 as well. You've got the fire alarm control switch. Every time that gets tested, that's about £300, I think. Key cutting was £700 to have one key cut for the communal door. We charged £300 for them being cleaned, but as you can see, they haven't been cleaned.
I get really upset about it and sometimes I can't get out of bed. It had an awful impact on me.
Sue lives downstairs. In 2019, she was paying £750 a year service charge. By 2023, it was more than £3,000.
I've got to find that money every year and it's coming out of what's left of my life savings.
Sue says the financial stress was too much to bear.
I had this awful feeling inside me that kept growing and growing, and I tried to commit suicide recently because everything got just too much for me.
In a statement, Leaseholds said it's concerned to hear that residents have reported emotional and financial stress, and that rises in service charges reflect essential infrastructure upgrades and inflationary pressure in the property sector. It added, Eagerstates and Leaseholds are committed to continuous improvement, transparency and fair practices. But the company is frequently involved in service charge disputes that end up before judges. I've spent months going through tribunal documents. There are thousands of pages here, and I've looked through more than 100 cases, and a pattern has started to emerge. Damning verdicts from various judges. Listen to this one. One judge said the invoices were paid even though works had not been completed. Another agreed it was excessive to charge £135 to change 2 light bulbs. But more worryingly, another judge described the company as acting in a malicious way. Another said it had sent aggressive letters. Asset Hold and Eagerstates said, "We are actively reviewing findings from past tribunal decisions and have implemented changes to prevent such occurrences." In 2 cases, they said the judge is being defamatory, and we are committed to maintaining respectful, clear and prompt dialogue with all residents. But that's not all. Within these boxes are some of the decisions that judges have reached about Eagerstates and Asset Hold in over 140 tribunal hearings dating back to 2019. In this ruling, for example, a judge awarded leaseholders more than £42,000 after deeming a fire safety report wasn't their responsibility to pay. In fact, my analysis of tribunal decisions against Asset Hold has revealed overcharging of more than £1 million, and that's just in the last 5 years. Asset Hold says our figures include estimated accounts and that some relate to previous managing agents. Full accounts are provided annually and the figure quoted is overstated. They say we refund any overcharges to residents. But by going through these cases, I noticed a company that came up several times, Superior Facilities Maintenance, or SFM. I'd seen the name before on the invoice for repairs to Sue and James's roof, which they were charged £4,500 for.
They said that they'd use scaffolding. In the end, they came for a short amount of time. They used a ladder. I don't know what they did up there, and then they charged us all that money for it.
Sue and James paid the bills, but others have legally challenged the work. In Nicola's case, a judge disallowed around £20,000 for roof repairs carried out by Superior Facilities Maintenance, and said there'd been a lack of transparency when employing the firm.
They are all consistently overcharging, just enough that you are annoyed and it would be too expensive to challenge.
Another judge found that almost £60,000 of service charges for Raymond's block in Stratford were unreasonable.
Right, so here you see threadbare carpet, which has supposedly been repaired and deep cleaned on multiple occasions. Here is the loose handle to a door that we've repeatedly paid to have fixed.
And a judge said the court was not satisfied that an invoice issued by Eagerstates from Superior Facilities Maintenance was bona fide.
The fact that they made a comment in respect of one invoice where they looked at it and basically challenged whether they thought it could be legitimate was a big win, actually.
More than a dozen people have been in touch with me about Asset Hold's practices, and some have sent me their invoices. In Milton Keynes, we can see that SFM charged more than £100 a door to put these fire safety stickers up. Those fire door stickers, you can get them for as little as £1.18, £1.20 here, and the total cost for the job in the building was £2,600. SFM opened in 2022. Invoices show that since then, it's been given around £44,000 worth of work at this building alone. When I tried to contact the firm, the website and phone number were defunct and emails bounced back. On Companies House, the current director also has 76 other businesses registered to this house in North London. When I knocked, I was told he did have an office there, but wasn't in. It's quite a big house, but I don't see how you'd get 70-odd businesses in there in one office. Through Eagerstates' service charges, SFM has charged for at least £98,000 of work just to the handful of leaseholders we know of. Yet according to Companies House records, the company has never filed accounts, which is a criminal offence. The director didn't respond to the letter sent, but Asset Hold told us any works carried out by the company is backed up with images and an invoice, that it inspects work before paying and speaks to the contractor if there are complaints. Asset Hold ignored our request for contact details for SFM. Ji Hoon challenged Asset Hold at a tribunal. He says the system isn't working and that lay people are often forced to go up against barristers to get their money back.
I had to go through with this alone by myself and had to spend countless hours, sleepless nights, just having to understand the rule inside out.
Ji Hoon won his case and now helps others navigate the system, but says it needs reform.
There's nothing within the legal system or the judicial system to link up all of these cases, even if they've done this time and time again and they have hundreds of cases which are a carbon copy of one another.
In Worthing, Sue and James have been to court to try to buy their freehold. The judge said Asset Hold hadn't even bothered to turn up and called the case extraordinary. Soon they should have control over their building and what they spend on it. Tara Welsh, BBC London.
Well, we heard there the impact rising bills can have on mental health. So if you or someone you know is struggling, the BBC has pulled together a list of organisations that can help in confidence. Just search for BBC Action Line or you can call the free phone number there, 08000 155 998 to hear recorded information 24/7.